Hello and good morning. For Group 28's presentation, we are going to discuss the aerodynamics of wingsuits. The main concepts are Bernoulli's equation and force laws. However, the main force that we will use is the drag force, which will have the drag coefficient. So first, we'll do a brief history of wingsuits. The first wingsuit was tested by Franz Reichelt. However, with the beginning of many new ideas, this ended in disaster and ultimately his death. The first successful person with wingsuits was Clem Sohn. He performed for thousands all over the world. However, ultimately he also met his end when his parachute failed to deploy. So essentially, looking at a wingsuit, you can use an airfoil as an example. So we're using Bernoulli's equation, and you create enough upward air pressure and a downward air pressure to cause a lift. The air suit is then redirect the airflow, causing a downward momentum into a forward momentum. Excess drag force creates the lift for Bernoulli's principle. The wingsuit design is key for increasing fall time and velocity. The glide ratio is the ratio between lift and drag. The higher number means that this will cause more lift force, which means more airtime. And the aspect ratio, which is essentially the area, will also affect the fall time. This is why this wingsuit was given a forward wing, as in typical wingsuits that do not have forward wings. So, forces. The main four forces are lift, weight, drag, and thrust. Weight being the mass of the person multiplied by gravity. Thrust, which is neglected since nothing internal pushes the wingsuit. Drag, the friction force that resists the motion. And lift, the opposing force exerted by the fluid. As you can see in the diagram on the top left, it shows these four force laws and how they are balanced. The final key for fall time is the angle of attack. A small angle leads to less drag, meaning more speed and maneuverability, but less fall time. A high angle leads to less velocity, more drag and fall time, but less maneuverability. So, by using Bernoulli's equation and the force laws, you can effectively calculate the parameters of how a wingsuit glides. Then, through design and skill, you can create an effective wingsuit and enjoy this extreme sport.